I'm Chloe Porter and I'm presenting my media magazine, Inferior. As you can see, it's my masthead, which I chose because I wanted it to look quite big, so it could catch people's attention. And I've made it look quite rough looking as well, with the edges as well, so it looks quite rough and noisy. I've tried to keep the font the same within the cover lines and the tag lines as well. And I've made a border as well to make it look a bit more rough and noisy looking, which will appeal to my target audience, as it is for mainly teenagers who are, into quite rebellious issues and troublemakers. As you see, for my contents page, I've kept the house style the same throughout the magazine because I think that's important for a magazine to have. I've copied the masthead onto my contents page, and I've wrote a little article as well from the editor, as most magazines will do, and so it makes the target audience feel like they're relating to the editor. I've made, as you can see on the contents page fonts, I've made it have a glow effect, so it can bring out the effect and just make it look a bit more readable and a bit more presentable. And sorry, for my image there on the contents page, that is of the person I'll be interviewing on the model of my magazine. This is my double page spread, and as you can see, again, I've kept the house style the same or roughly similar because, like I said, a house style is important for a magazine to have. I've used quite a lot of images. I took quite a lot of images so I could have more to choose from. Here again I have made a glow effect so it looks a bit more professional and it's not rough looking on the sides. As you see, my tagline says there are two sides to me. I've put one picture there of her looking a bit more calm and the other there looking a bit more angry to relate to anchoring with my cover line. And for my font, I chose the font to be over the images, and I've also made a white font so it stands out a lot more. And I've also changed the colours from the questions to yellow and the interviewer answering to white, so it stands out a bit more and you can clearly see what the question is. Here's some of what the audience feedback is. Mostly quite good responses. Basically what I was hoping for, like this at the bottom, right at the bottom. I thought that was quite positive. Had a lot of criticism as well. It was quite a lot of positive. I got could be more striking as an improvement, which I do agree with.
How did you get your audience feedback? You did that
SurveyMonkey.
SurveyMonkey,
yeah.
Okay. And then you published that to. Did you email people the SurveyMonkey, or did you?
No, I put it on Facebook.
Oh, great. Okay.
The link.
Fine.
People thought that the font used in the interview could have been improved. Again, looking back on it, I do think it could have been improved. And really, the images are what people really like, and the way I've portrayed her. And with a bit more text about EDMA would be perfect, which I again agree with, because it would have been, but I really didn't know what else to put. So yeah.
On the positives, what do people like?
People really like my images and my masthead, really. Yeah. A lot of people really seem to think that worked well.
Okay. Yeah. Is that the end of your presentation? Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. So, in terms of technologies you've worked with in the process of constructing this project, what have you learned?
Well, I've come into Photoshop because I've done it since Year 10 GCSE, so I've done it for a few years now. I did know it before, I did know how to use it, but this year I really have got to grips with how you know, to use different styles, different fonts, and it's been really enjoyable.
What's been the technique or the tools that's most impressed you with this project?
Definitely the brushes, the font as well, how you can just create a font and then put it into Photoshop and give it a whole new look.
So even though you've used Photoshop since year 10, looking at this year from your preliminary project, how do you think your skills have progressed?
Oh, they've progressed a lot. I mean, my preliminary project, that was definitely not my best work. I could have put a lot more effort into it, but this time I have put a lot more thought and effort into it, and it's just a lot better.
So let's just go back to your target audience. How did you target your audience?
Well, I wanted to get a model who dressed a bit like the target audience, which is 15 to 19.
Male, female?
Mostly female, but it can attract male attention.
And your target audience, are they into a particular genre of music?
Well, this one is more for alternative indie music, really. But like I said, anyone can really read it, but it's mostly aimed at females, but males could read it.
Where are we going to find your magazine? Who's going to distribute
Bauer
it?
Media, because they publish my rival magazines like Kerrang and Q.
Yeah, you'd see those as your
main rival.
competitors.
So I would choose them to publish and distribute it.
And where are we going to see it sold?
In shops everywhere, any newsagents, supermarkets.
So it's a mainstream populist mag?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.